You guys would genuinely beat them.
Probably.
Not saying I know any of their players because I don't, but I think if you got the band together, I think you would show them up.
We're a lot more wiser now.
The biggest comeback of all time. Although, George, I do have something to say about Lindum though. You're completely off topic, I know. So I never actually knew the boys stopped playing. Like, no one told me. So obviously the club's disbanded, right? But it just means that I'm the sole survivor of Lindum. My title's never been changed. I never got told the boys weren't playing. In fact, I'm no longer the vice chairman. I am the chairman of Lindum FC. Okay, we've got no players. Do I need to resign? Do I need to resign?
Yeah.
I need to resign. Okay, this is my... Well, I have to talk about a comeback.
This is a resignation.
Yep.
Okay, this is Will Stacey, ex-Lindum Vice Chairman and current Lindum Chairman. It is with deep regret that today I am announcing the fold of the club and therefore my resignation as Chairman. It has been a fantastic journey for the club and I wish all ex-players the best in their future. It's died just now. You made me kill it, George.
You want a game against Lincoln Flames though, don't you?
I think the only time I'd ever, in all seriousness, bring Lindum back would be for the Lincoln Flames game because I think that's just one thing that would be nice to end. It'd be a happy, nice end if Lindum were to beat the Flames in the last game and lift a trophy, and that'd be the end. You know, I think Lindum died for me in 2023. In all honesty, unfortunately, and when we exited the league, it was the right time, and I think I've fully moved on. I don't think I'd do another match again. And if it was a Lincoln Flames one, I'd consider it. But I'm very much. It's a chapter of my life I very much would like to close. I've never really said an official thing, but I'd like to officially. I've already felt like mentally I've closed the chapter, but I suppose because we've brung it up, I've never really made a video about it. Thank you, Lindum FC, for all the memories. It certainly helped me turn into the person that I am today. For better, for worse, we'll only find out. But, hopefully it can, hopefully we can all grow into the fantastic human beings that we've all become on this fine day. And yeah, thank you very much to everyone that ever played for Lindum. It was an outstanding experience. Some highs, some lows, but very much a team with community spirit. And
sad day.
Officially put that chapter behind me. I suppose I already did, but I suppose for video format, there we go. It's not Lindum George. I'm nothing like that guy. Well, I would say not nothing like the guy, but I am definitely far removed.
Well, the last thing about Lindum, I was very gutted we couldn't do this in person because, George, I actually wanted to hand deliver my shirt to you.
Really?
Yeah, as a token of like moving on, because you're the founder. I could probably get myself the same one if I. In fact, I need it. It's too small for me. I'm too fat.
Well, you hand it over to me.
I was going to give it to you. I was going to be like, I've got a present for you, George. Here you go. And we'll do it in person. We'll just create a day.
It'll make nice toilet paper, I suppose.
That's rude.
I'm checking.
Horrible.
Maybe okay. Sean, do you want it instead? Are you treating
what size is it? What size is it?
I don't even know, mate. There's one that's skinny, so.
Yeah, it's probably not going to fit
I'm
me.
joking. In all honesty, Will, absolutely, it'd be a pleasure. It was a very kind gesture from me.
I find it mad you actually had Adidas kits with sponsors on it and stuff. I just thought that was
I put George in the call and I say, we're going to get you guys kits. Help me decide which design.
That's something that I cannot ever look past that. That was a really kind gesture, getting the kits in.
I love
Absolutely.
Lindum. I breathed Lindum. I travelled an hour a week to get 10 minutes of game time for Lindum.
The commitment.
The commitment. Probably not the best commitment. Probably not the wisest decision I've made, but part of the history, baby. We've got time.
We've got time.
That will
Anyway.
always live on.
Let's Lyndon days are buried.
Probably should move on from Lindum. It's taken.
Yeah, let's move on. I
good
agree.
hour
Let's
of
talk
the
about
podcast.
something else. Go on, John. Fire away. What have you always wanted to ask Will Stacey?
Okay,
I texted George last night. I said, just let you know, nothing's off the table.
And I want to add the history because I love narrating. So John and Will,
It's either going to be about politics or my thoughts on Skabala, isn't it?
and they had a little fallings out in the last group
It's a
chat.
bit-
However,
Yeah,
no,
didn't fall
there is
out.
no personal animosity, I can tell. However, the fans want to hear about this fallout, especially the people in the group chat. This is a little personal treat for you. Will and John, I want you to debate. We've got to do it. So John and Will, fire away. What was this thing you two are going to talk about?
I don't actually know, to be honest. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think you bigged it up to be something it wasn't going to be, George.
Really?
Yeah, really. If it's about him taking like photos from the group chat and putting them on Twitter about when I was Skabala out, then no, George. That's just we didn't fight over that. I've had relationships that have lasted about the same amount of time it takes for a flower to die. So whatever.
All I'm going to say, John, is
All right, John, because Will has to travel 3,000 miles across transatlantic to find his girlfriend.
He travels 3,000 miles, 37,000 feet above the...
I don't. She broke up with me at the beginning of the year.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Oh, I'm devastated.
I hope
Well,
I
don't
didn't,
know that.
No, you keep telling me. Oh, no.
Keep saying, you better look after your American girlfriend, he says on Twitter. I keep seeing it. Yeah, you've got your American girlfriend.
See, you've got an American girlfriend. What would she do? She find out like Cornell she left me, mate, for the fourth time. I love that, man. She's so funny.
I think the last relationship, I had two relationships that lasted a week. I had one in year 11, which lasted a week. I ended that one. And the second one lasted 8 days. The girl who got with me ended that one. She wanted to be with me, and then she called it off.
Let me ask you a question, John. In these two relationships that lasted in a cumulatively way...
About 15 days.
15 days. Did you get any?
No, I didn't.
Wasted potential.
The second one, I actually fancied her best friend.
Oh!
When I was with them.
On live TV, boy.
Oh, well, they won't watch this anyway, so...
It's finished. I'll find them off.
Don't underestimate the influence of the one and only.
George
They might watch it.
Well, all I'm going to say, John, is it's not fair for me and you to be up against George, because George likes both parties, right? So
George is George.
More than us. We love George.
I mean,
but when it comes to playing, it's an unlevel playing field.
Yeah, George has got the upper hand in that.
Yes.
It's like changing the fields at Lords, playing on a softer surface, You guys are like sat there going, oh, I've just got one field to bat on. I've got both fields. So it's like, oh, this one's not liking me tonight. I've got the other.
He goes to a club, Joe Jackson, forget it. Hey, handsome, how you doing? Switching back and forth.
That's all it was. Basically, the reason why I am the way I am is because I went to a club once and I went, actually, not getting success here. Let's try the other nightclub. Oh!
George, you're beautiful just the way you are, fella. Don't ever change.
Yeah. Just a few random quick fire questions.
Just don't. Come on then. Feed me.
Right. Favourite... I think I know your answer to this. Favourite all-time Lincoln City player?
Lee Frecklinton.
I was expecting you to say last, to be honest.
No. Lee's the original.
Yeah, well, I had to go for a reason. You just taking liberties.
He's just going for a slap.
This is why you're here, John. This is why I employed you. Earn your money.
He's taking liberties.
He's not paying you, is he?
No, he's not paying me. I'm doing this
revenue.
off my own back. So, least favourite Lincoln player of all time? I mean, you've been through what conference, haven't you? So
That's hard. That's horrible. Least favourite player?
you've been through conference and Appleton, so
I'm going to say Ben Hutchinson. Absolute prick.
I hear that name crop up every now and again in the worst ever Lincoln signing.
So he signed on Celtic on loan from Celtic on loan for us because of Chris Sutton, and said our fans were, I can't remember the actual quote, but it wasn't good.
Did he score many?
Did he what?
Did he score many?
No, I think he scored like 3. We're talking about Ben Hutchinson.
Oh, so he got more than Drew Broughton did, then. Suppose.
Yeah, he probably. I think he got 5. I know it was in single digits. Just awful behaviour.
Yeah. No, those were some pretty dark days from what I can recall. Right, favourite ever away day?
Burnley.
Don't need to ask why, do I?
Nope, I was right behind the goal.
Yeah.
Explain to me the feeling, Will.
You can't. Okay, put it this way. It's like having sex for the first time. But 10 times better.
This is getting deep now. But you said nothing's off limits. I want to know you, Will. You want to get outside of the showman at Lindum and the posturing, the Chris Eubank, style, and we want.
Yeah, Chris Eubank. I'll take that. I'll take that.
Because you're quite a showman in how you speak. Love him or hate him, you can't deny he's entertaining.
No, that is very true. Fire away, George.
I want to know you now, and we're going to get the vulnerable, Will, if there is a vulnerable Will.
Yeah, there probably is somewhere.
I think there's a vulnerability in everyone, so...
What's a moment in your life that changed you forever, but no one really knows about you?
Oh, God, that is fucking deep. You could have told me we were going that deep. Jesus Christ.
He said nothing was off the table.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, there's quite a few, but stuff that people don't know about me, I'll probably say that the biggest thing that people don't know about me was probably when I started cutting myself again.
Oh, sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, it's all right, George. I said nothing's off the table. Deep question. Probably a little bit darker than what you would have, what you were expecting, but that changed me. I'm still alive, so we're all good. It's been 2.5 years. No, it's coming up to 2 years since I've been clean, so we're all good.
That's good. If we were, as long as you're comfortable with this.
Yeah, that's fine, George. I'm absolutely fine with it, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
What made you feel that way? Like
there was loads of things.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, the first time I did it, I was 17 and in my first year in college. I don't really know. It kind of just happened, I guess. Second time was I broke up with. My friend actually cheated on me and stuff, and that really messed me up. And then third time, to previously what I told you about that girl, things kind of went a little bit south, and I thought I was going to get murdered or beaten up. And I thought, I'm going to be framed for something I haven't done. But, I was on medication for about 2 months and then decided I don't need it. I'm not being a pill-popping person. I'm just going to live my life. And I'm actually quite happy. I've got a good job, good mates. Unfortunately, no girlfriend, but it saves me some money.
Yeah, see, a lot easier being single, I can tell you from about 19 years of experience.
Hey, Will,
yeah.
I just hope you know that you are good enough, man. And if you ever chat, let me know, because you've shown a lot of strength to come out of adversity there, and that shows a lot about you.
Of course, I try to be over. The thing is, the way I look at it is, I can be sad about my scars and stuff, or I can make jokes at work.
So, is your advice to people then make light of things and have a laugh through things, because you seem to be a kind of guy that definitely makes light of tricky stuff. Like, you use humour a lot to get through things.
Humour's the best medicine. Like, if you cannot make yourself laugh, then how can you be happy? Like, that's the way I kind of look at it, going, I do silly stuff all the time, every day. And there'll be one moment where I'm like, I've done something to make myself laugh. And like, the day I stop laughing, at my own stuff, is the day I should probably go get some help. Because laughter's good for the medicine. It produces serotonin, it produces dopamine, because you're just so happy. It's a chemical reaction. Your body's rewarding you for being happy. You get some abs from it, because it's technically an ab workout if you're crying on the floor laughing. But yeah, just like if you're down, just like try and, obviously some people are different. Some people don't like to talk about it, so they won't make jokes about it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, fuck it, I'll make jokes. I've made jokes about other stuff, like stuff you shouldn't joke about. But yeah, just laugh. Just laugh. You have. Just laugh. That's probably the best advice I can give to people. Put something funny on, and if you say that you can't feel anything because you are numb, then go to a fucking comedy show, and trust me, you'll come out 10 times happier. And that is healthcare advice without the NHS. You're very welcome.
They're not there for you anywhere, but Stacey is. So
Exactly. I'm here all the time. Got depression? Laughs.
Oh man. Go on, John.
Right. So the question I've got for you is, what do you fear people would think of you if they knew the real you?
I would probably say people would probably think that I'm a bit of an attention seeker, because the way I like vocate myself and voice myself, so obviously, like you said, George, I'm quite humorous. No, it's just, I've obviously had quite a bit of dark times going on, so like I try to be more funnier to, to make people happy. But then some people probably think I'm doing it for attention seeking. I'm not. I'm just generally just a funny guy who happens to be slightly good looking.
Only slightly?
Yeah, I give myself a modest 5.5, 6 out of 10.
John, I think he's being very unkind to himself there.
I don't think. Yeah, you're being a bit harsh there, Will. I think
I'm being modest because I can't put myself. If I put myself in an 8, the lowest I can go to is a 6. The highest is a 10, and there's no way.
I see what you're.
You got to think, if I say myself as a 5.5, I'd go out and put a 7.5. Because you can't. Because if I'm a 5, but in the terms of the leagues, I'm not allowed to go for League 8 or higher, or a League 3 and below. Let's be real, I ain't going anything below a 4.9. So if the bottom end's out the way, I'm looking up.
You're looking up. Yeah.
But yeah, 24/7 gym, can go after work, so I work in hospitality, so I can go at last night I went at 11 o'clock at night. Peaceful. Went Sunday after work. I went about 11:30. Gym was empty. I had the whole gym to myself.
Yeah, man. I prefer that. That time. To be honest, if I've been before, but if I was to go to a gym, I definitely would rather it be no one there. I don't worry if it's the only time I can do it there. Brilliant. But I always like the idea of a quiet gym.
But the gym community is nice. Like, if you were to go in and you were unsure how to do a certain exercise and something next, you just ask them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was going to be dead kind, and be like, yeah, man, or go, I'm not the person to ask. Oh, he's gone again. It's
Yeah, man, absolutely. And I think in life sometimes you've got to put yourself out your comfort zone, haven't you? What's something that you've never forgiven yourself for, and why?
Oh, that is very, very good. What's one thing I've never forgiven myself for? I've never forgiven myself probably for the way I treated my sister growing up. I was a bit of a prick. And me and my sister get on quite fine now, so it's quite nice. But especially in the first 16 years. Because when I did something bad, I get punished heavily, but when she did something similar to me, she wouldn't get punished in the same way. and I didn't like that, so I kind of took it out a bit more on her.
I've never had a sister, however, from what I've heard from people, that seems to be quite a common theme, doesn't it? You know, because the man of the house gets kind of the harsher treatment, you know. And
what you want a brother, and if he brings home a fit bird, you just take her.
Literally.
Oh, right, so a bit like the Mitchell brothers then. Right, a bit light-hearted this one.
Oh, good.
Celebrity crush and why?
Oh, Sydney Sweeney, no.
I think everyone I know probably simps on her.
I'm about 3 years older. I might bump into her into a club one night. You never know. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, probably.
Go on, George. Far away, man.
She just ever comes to England and she just rocks up in a nightclub in, I don't know, wherever you live.
No, she rocks up to Sinsel Bag. I'm like, yo, what are you saying? Like, I don't know who you are. So, do you not know who I am? I'm like, no.
I've always really...
Do you want to get a beer?
I've always really fancied a 6 out of 10 that can push to an 8.5 out of 10.
Fucking hell, George. Jesus Christ, man. I'm not a celebrity. That doesn't count.
Go on.
I've got celebrity state.
So back on the questions to know the real you. Have you ever lost yourself trying to be someone who you have wanted ever wanted to be?
I lost myself like quite a lot of times.
Yeah.
I tried to invent myself when I first moved to where I live now and when I went to college. That didn't quite work out very well. And I tried to invent myself when I was working at Inspire Plus. Kind of worked a little bit, but wasn't doing myself any favours. Thought I finally fit a group. Hasn't really worked, but I think I found myself as someone who's just happy not being in the main friend group, but kind of being on the edges, but having two close mates within that group, so I still get all the gossip and stuff and all the drama. But yeah, I think I found myself.
That's good. I'm glad that you've found yourself, Will, to be fair. I mean, you know, you've reined yourself in, got yourself back on the lead, and there you go. You're rolling, mate. Becoming the person that you are today. What does home mean to you? Because you talk about a lot about Lincoln City.
Home?
What does home mean to you, and has it ever changed, you know, like...
Yeah, the last 3 years my home's definitely changed, so this is going to sound really ridiculous because it's not one place, but home is anywhere outside of the UK.
Okay.
Whether it's New York, where I've been, whether it's Madrid, seeing my friends, whether it's a completely different country I've never been to before. I just don't like to be caged in one place. I like to be free. I like to travel.
That's good. Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. Like, you can't be in the same place forever, can you? No. You know, you've got to explore the world. You only live once.
Exactly, George.
You know what I mean?
You know how it is.
I do, you know. 4 walls, you know, I visited that wall over there the other day and then the other... But no, I'm joking. I have been out and I've been to places... What's something you used to believe deeply in life in general, but you don't anymore? Like,
I used to believe I was a very, very bad person. A lot of people would tell me that, and now I see that's not the truth. I see I'm actually a very, 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 very bad person when investing. I see myself as a very good person now, and I believe I am a very good person. So a lot of people tell you stuff, and you're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, bye. I'm actually quite a good person.
All comes back to the law of attraction, doesn't it? If you believe you're something, you will become that something. And has it been... He wants 11...
Ask me what I'm wishing for.
11-inch penis.
No, I'm asking to become a 5'3" goth muscle mummy.
Alright.
If I wish for what I want to be...
Yeah.
It will come to me. So
it will come to you, yeah. So you
me.
Could be the greatest 5'3" goth mummy muscly big daddy of all time. If you want to be. You can be whatever you want to be.
You're right, I can. John and George, I know one little secret of you. You both share the same secret.
Go on then.
You both like femboys.
Oh no!
What's wrong with femboys?
Will, I'd be chatting you up right now if that was the case.
I ain't the fanboy, George. Fucking hell, George. Your laugh is so loud, mate.
Yeah, your laugh is very loud, to be
One
honest.
sec. I need to get some. I meant to say I'd be quitting tomorrow.
Oh, fair enough. Again, I can't judge. There's been many moments in my life I've got food out and gone, I'm quitting, and then I've not. But recently, I'm the lightest I have been in over a year and a half now.
I haven't got the balls to give anything.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I'll tell you mine if you tell me yours. How much do you weigh in stone?
14 stone 4 now, but I was 16 stone.
Fuck off, are you lighter than me? Fuck
I am.
it.
I am, yeah, now.
I'm 17.46.
I don't know how many stone I am, but I'm lighter than I thought I would be by a bit.
My heaviest I was 1 stone off yours, and if you put your mind to it, it's very achievable.
That's why I've gone to the gym. I did buys and back yesterday.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is tries and abs.
If you do it correctly, you'll be a good build, mate.
If I do it correctly, I look like Michael Appleton.
Oh, God, you want to look like that?
Absolutely. You know, bloody hell, in 2 years I'm going to come to Will's, he's going to have like a big bushy beard, you know, he's going to look like a Viking.
I'll be playing possession-based football in Sunday League.
When I said get big, I didn't mean get big, Will.
I won't use steroids.
No. So let's move on to some spiritual questions for both of you. And I'll start with John.
Right. See, makes a change. I get asked the questions. I like this. I like being asked the questions.
Do you believe we all have a purpose? If so, how do you know, and when did you find yours, John?
Do I believe we all have a purpose? I'm going to be honest with you, George. I don't really give a crap about all that spiritual stuff. It's not my thing. I mean, when I was little, I used to believe that there was a God, but I believe there is a higher power, but I wouldn't say I'm religious.
Okay, fair enough. That's a fair answer. What is your...
What? Do I have a purpose in life?
Do you believe there's a purpose, and what's yours? Yes.
My purpose in life, you see this white shirt behind me?
Yeah.
My purpose in life, I feel like it's basically just to carry the family name. Because of the history there is on my dad's side of the family. I have my name on the back of this shirt and my family name on the Stacey West. I feel like my personal life is just to carry the name and to make sure that, you know, if I ever do have kids, to tell them what happened on the 11th of May back in '85, and for them to tell their kids, and like carry it on as a legacy.
Yeah.
You know, but that's what I believe my purpose is. I don't know what the purpose of life is, though. If it's to see me suffer, or they enjoy seeing me suffer every Thursday when I gamble, that's for certain. But you know,
Gambling.
Do you ever put any bets on anything that's not sporting related? Do you like?
I play live casino games. George, when's your birthday?
9th of May.
So
George, we need to do something for your birthday.
George, guess what I'm doing?
What?
The 3rd of May, on the last game of the season, go out and celebrate your birthday.
I'm in another country on the 3rd. I
You're
generally
missing
am.
the last game of the season.
Yes.
You're missing me walk on the pitch.
Oh, so you're going to miss
What's it-
Wrexham. You're going to miss the Wrexham fans running on the pitch when they've scored, and they're going to shove it in our faces in the documentary.
I know.
No,
What?
it'd be funny if we beat them and they miss out on promotion and it gets stuck on the documentary. Little old Lincoln have beat Wrexham, and millions of people are just going to see it.
So George is in the hair to watch me walk on the pitch. He'll be like Jesus coming back.
I think Jesus was a 10 out of 10 though, not a 5 and 6 out of 10.
I don't know. I mean, people say to me, I'm like a 50-year-old man trapped in a
Will's
19-year-old
upset. Will
body,
hates me now.
I'm okay.
I watch EastEnders.
Up the corridor.
Nah, not for me.
Up the
Used to
corridor.
be. Used to be, but nah, since Gail left.
To me, when they killed, who was it that died of cancer? Oh, when they killed Michelle Keegan, that's when I had enough. Another one of my celebrity crushes.
Established who yours is now.
Well, we established 2 of them.
Well, George told me that his was Pat Butcher, so
I love Pat Butcher. I mean,
To be honest, I can see that.
When did you last feel truly free, Will? When did you feel
free?
Yeah, when did you feel like obviously you had your clothes on, but when did you feel like you were truly just naked and was like, I am free, I am...
Probably want to shout this morning then.
No one's holding me down, you know.
When last Sorensen went to Huddersfield?
No, probably when the Ep.8 Cup with me at the beginning of the year, because it was a good relationship, don't get me wrong, I was happy, but it was more or less the fact that, because it's long distance, a lot of phone calls, a lot of like tears over the phone from one side, nagging, telling me I've got to do stuff. I was like, I've got no tell me what to do now.
Yeah.
That's my answer.
Do you know what? Being a young guy and single is underrated. I'll tell you that for a fact. People try so hard, don't they, to go at a young age to go, I want to be taken, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, you don't realise that you should take advantage of being single and young and full of energy.
Like people I know said to me, it's like I've got a friend, and I'm not going to name names because he watches this podcast. I've got a friend, and he says to me, Derek,
Ryan.
I don't know anyone called Derek.
Oh, Derek Chisora.
Liam.
I've got a friend, and he said to me,
Yeah.
I never want to be in a relationship. I never want to have a girlfriend because I want to go to football on Saturdays. And if I have a girlfriend, she's not going to want them.
You find a funny girl. I was chatting to this girl over the last week. She liked football. She played football.
There's actually a lot of Lincoln fans who are girls as well. So
yeah, but they don't want me. They could be in stardom. They could be famous in the culture. They could get to meet the boardroom staff. But no bird wants me.
Oh yeah, I'm sure a girl would appreciate that. I want to meet Jez George. Oh well, make it happen.
Anyway,
so what's your go-to guilty pleasure TV show or movie?
Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia. Why?
Fantastic.
Right.
Musicals, songs, dancing. I know all the words to the entire film. I had a friend at work. Her name was Elise. She now I think lives in Australia. Has done for 2 years. Me and her used to work together. And whenever we get bored, we'd reenact scenes from Mamma Mia. She was never into me. It was just fun.
Shame, but it sounds sweet. I don't really have a guilty pleasure in terms of films.
What about a TV show though, John?
I think I've already said that.
Have you?
Yeah, EastEnders.
Oh yeah, EastEnders. Corey.
Nah, used to be, but no. If you could instantly master any random skill, what would it be?
Speaking Japanese. I can only speak a tiny bit. Like I can say my name and count to 10, but that's about it.
Well, that's pretty quirky. I mean,
do you
Japan,
believe me?
Yeah, I suppose.
Believe me. Good.
Yeah, I can be a bit gullible sometimes.
Do you want me to do it for the podcast? And
go on then.
Introduce myself. Well, it's actually none of my Will Des. That is, hello, my name is Will. And to count to 10. Itchy knee.
Itchy knee?
I don't know. Itchy knee, son, shi, go, roku, nanna, hachi, kyuju.
Will, this is definitely Japanese, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I'm not being racist, don't worry. It's Japanese.
Awesome. I just...
I wonder where he was going when he was saying itchy knee.
Yeah, no, so that's how I remember it. It's not itchy knee, it's itchy knee. But the way you say it and the way you remember is 1 and 2 is you got an itchy knee. Itchy knee, son, shi, go, roku, nana, hachi, kyuju.
Yes. What's a super weird food combination you swear by?
No, I swear by ready salt, plain Pringles, so ready salt Pringles and a tub of Nutella.
No, I back that, and I tried that when I was little, so I back that.
My guy.
What's the most ridiculous lie you believed as a kid?
Probably that Santa existed, to be honest.
I think that's a ridiculous lie that every kid believes.
Oh no, is that I got told this by my aunt. Apparently, I got told as a kid, so that if I lie, my tongue goes blue. So every time I'd say something, Mum would like, stick your tongue out, it goes, your tongue's blue.
What's one trend you secretly miss, even if it was cringe?
What's one trend I secretly miss? MLG memes, mate.
Yeah.
Quick scope.
The secret, the trend that was cringe that you missed the most. He said MLG videos.
Memes, mate.
Get
quick scopes, maybe get the camera.
Yeah,
Are you feeling okay, George? You got ants in your pants or something?
I have, yeah.
He needs to take he needs a comfort break. That's why he keeps leaving, because he had a dodgy vindaloo last night. Anyway,
saying that, I've got a doll soon, and I don't know when it's going to be ready.
Right, let me see what other questions I've got whilst you listen to my dogs barking. I do apologise for that. If your life had a soundtrack, what song would be played during your main character moment?
During my main character moment? Okay, I've thought about this a lot. There's so many. It depends.
That does not surprise me.
For my main character moment, like, it could have been something sad happened. It could be something fantastic. I've got actually multiple. So, like, if I'm scoring the winning goal to win my team a cup, it's waving flag. If it's my funeral, it's Here Lies Country Music by Hardy. If I've been broken up by, it's Fuck You Bitch by Wheeler Walker Jr. Banging tune, by the way. If Lincoln have won, if Lincoln have got promoted, there'll be no music because it's just shocking disbelief. And if it was the apocalypse, my final song before I get blown to smithereens would be, can't remember the name of the song now. Beer Never Broke My Heart by Luke Combs.
I think mine would be such a, I don't know, random, weird, upbeat song. I'd probably just put like a meme song on or something, you know, just like, oh, you're dying, so what's the difference? The world's ending.
I'm a king without a throne, a house without a home.
Yeah, that.
I've got a question, Will.
Go on then, George.
What's your most useless talent, but you're oddly proud of it?
My most useless talent, but I'm oddly proud of it.
Yeah.
Shit posting on Twitter.
Probably winning the Champions League on Football Manager with P.2 Sports.
Wow.
Very useless. I've done it several times.
Several with Peterborough Sports.
From the bottom to the top. Very useless.
I'm still to do it with Wiz Beach FC, but, well...
A bit shit, aren't you, John? No,
yeah.
You'll never beat everything out.
I mean, to be fair, I can relate, because I did get Lincoln to, whilst we were a championship club, I got us to win the Carabao Cup and promotion for the playoff final at Wembley in the same season. So that's my most
the playoff final, surely.
No, we beat Burnley 4-2 in extra time. We were losing. So we played in FIFA 23. We played Chelsea, who were like top four in the Premier League, and we were top 8 in the Championship, and we won for 2-0. Kept a clean sheet. Championship playoff final, Burnley. We're losing like 2-1 in normal time, and I pull the game back and I win 4-2 in extra time. So 2 trips to Wembley in the same season, and we won both.
Very nice.
First season in the Premier League, we lose the UEFA Conference League final to a fake Lazio team. Heartbroken because Stephen Humphries scored 44 goals in the Championship for me, so... And he got to the Premier League and Stephen Humphries just kept bagging him in. So he might be a Barnsley player, he might be an opposition player, but I just love Stephen Humphries. What's the most spontaneous thing you've ever done?
Most spontaneous thing I've ever done, second year in the States doing Camp America, I decided that I had enough of my house guests housemates about 6:30, and I went into New York, drank by myself, went clubbing by myself, and made the train back at 5:30 in the morning to go back home and sleep.
Wow, that is. I want some follow-up questions to this.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it like clubbing with yourself? How do you? Because I could never imagine.
You just go in with your ID, a shit ton of cash. I tip the bouncers, like, look, I'm going to be coming back. I bounce from one club to another one. I'm coming back. Just let me straight back in. He goes, yeah, you got it, boss. Go to the bar, get like 4 beers, 4 shots of tequila, slam a beer, slam a tequila, slam a beer, slam another tequila, have your last bottle to yourself.
Okay. And what, you know, because obviously I've never heard of this. Well, I'm sure it's happened. Obviously, it has happened. But like, you know, with the clubbing by yourself, what's it like? Like, is it it's definitely got to be a really good feeling, because it's like, I don't need anyone type of feeling to have.
Yeah, you just go around bouncing, loads of people.
Yeah. Wow.
Having a good time.
Can't even go to football matches by myself because I'd just be bored. It just wouldn't be the same. I went to Northampton away by myself, and that was just like, fucking hell, it was just dead.
Yeah.
Interesting fact is, really, like, I at one point, like, before the 2019 Lincoln City chat, Lindum Day, blah, blah, blah days, I hardly had any, like, friends and stuff. And what I learned with, you know,
it was the friends you made along the way.
It's just, yeah, loads of friends. It's just not like it's not a big deal. Like, I just feel that if you do something you're interested and you're a nice person, you'll just naturally make friends and you won't even realise it, you know. You're doing loads of stuff and people are got the same interests as you, you'll just naturally gel. Before you know it, you've got lovely people in your life, so, you know.
Yeah.
It's all about putting yourself out there. You know?
Right, I've got a couple more questions for you, Will. If I can just get them up. Do you have a comfort outfit? Describe it.
I do. It's these joggers that I've got on, and this top t-shirt. Ice Cold Beer Never Broke My Heart by Luke Combs.
Will, would you get a tattoo? Have you already got a tattoo?
No, I'd like a tattoo.
You'd like a tattoo? What tattoo you want?
I want something to do with the Bradford Fire because it's close and personal, like family thing. I don't know what I'd get, but I want something to remember it, I think.
Of course. Yeah, no, that's a, you know, a nice idea for sure, absolutely. You know, I'd probably get something to do with Lincoln on me. I've never, believe it or not, had a tattoo yet, but if I were to have a tattoo, I'd definitely, you know, get a Lincoln City one somewhere on me, you know. I'm not one of these people that wants loads of tattoos. One will do me, and I think it's got to be something that's close to me. Lincoln City is close to me. One and done. It's my motto.
Happy days.
Absolutely. And I think you're similar to me in that regard by the sounds of it, you know.
100%, George, 100%.
People as well who get like their girlfriend's names on a tattoo. Well,
yeah, I'm never doing that, by the way.
What if you split up with them like a
I
day
almost
after
got
you've got
Danny
that tattoo?
Cowley written on my arm, but he left us. I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah. It's always painful as well. So,
Will, was that before you turned 18 that happened? I can't remember.
No, that happened.
Oh yeah, because you were 18 at Burnley. Yeah.
I wasn't 18 at Burnley, George. I was 16. I was 18 at the time. Almost 19.
Yeah. Ah, right. Okay. So you had a good year of thinking about that. Good you didn't get it. Yeah, absolutely. And if there was one person that was close to getting another tattoo, would it have been Lass Sorensen by any chance?
Maybe. No comment. I refuse to comment any further.
Do you still get a tattoo of Lass?
Probably. Or something similar. Sorry, let's keep yawning.
To get one where with your interaction, that was.
I want to get a Lindum tattoo as well, I think.
Really?
Oof.
Wow. Okay.
Only an hour ago we were saying the club had died.
Yeah. Sucks to be Lindum.
He just tattoos the contract of bringing Lindum.
Tattoos the contract of the club.
I'm going to tattoo it over my heart.
Oh my God! Could you imagine you got a Lindum tattoo? You said Lindum is back.
Oh, well, I'll get what you've done.
That's so funny. That's so funny. But no, man. Okay, brilliant. So, you know, I just wanted to say thank you very much to these two today. Well, we've not spoke a lot before this since for about 2 or 3 years, and
Yeah, it's been that long. It's crazy.
I must say, you know, like whatever things we had in the past, it's definitely settled. I forgot how much we got along. We've got along a lot today, you know. Yeah.
We have indeed. It's good.
It's good. It really is. I'm glad that we did this because I think this podcast kind of just opened my eyes to the fact that originally we was great mates, and I value that.
No, we started off as strangers, YouTube channel, footballers on the pitch, and look at us now.
Yeah.
Just three grown men having a conversation.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm at the stage of grown yet. Then again, people say I'm a 50-year-old in a 19-year-old's body, so...
Well, it could have been worse because he's a younger age, so you're all good,
Yeah.
fella.
Yeah.
Mate, to be fair, I think that you're all good, John. People love pulling your leg. You've got long limbs, so there's a lot to pull.
I've heard John's got a third leg.
I have as well.
But, it's...
For certain, because he's never been brave enough to show and tell.
It's a show and tell. Jesus.
What I will say is, it's been a pleasure, Will. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
No problem, guys. My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
It's been good to speak to you properly for the first time as well.
You too, John. I tell you what, let's do this again in 3 years' time. See where we all are. Seems to be about the time scale.
Yeah.
Now, what Will's going to do is sail off to the sunset. We're not going to speak at all, and then 3 years later we could go, oh, we haven't spoken in a while. Let's do it. You know what I mean? And
That's basically what's going to happen.
maybe we set up another six-a-side team and argue again.
Or maybe I own the team, get you to come in to manage, make sure you resign within 24 hours because everyone's turned your back on you, and then you come in as the player, and then I kick off, leave the club, and you become vice chairman. Full circle.
Maybe, maybe I could have a bit more of the main character syndrome. And then
Yeah, you, George.
Be like,
You will have more main character syndrome, don't you worry, sunshine.
No, man, absolutely. In all seriousness, lovely to have you back on. Glad that we are on good terms again, Will. And
Yeah, same here.
thank you very much, John, for hearing.
Pleasure.
And Will,
Thanks for having me on.
Thank you, John.
we need a night out.
We do indeed, George. We'll settle up soon.
Absolutely. All right, man. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
But you two have both met, by the way.
Yes, we have met.
Have we? Sorry, I serve like 100 people a day at work.
Was it
so
Blackpool? I think it was Blackpool or
I've
something.
never been to Blackpool.